Please don't make me do a forfeit, Germany. Please. Come on, bro. Come on. Let's go. What I tell you? What the fuck did I tell you, bro? Let's go. Germany have just gotten a statement win against Cote d'Ivoire, beating them 2-1 in Toronto earlier today. And I gotta say, Germany in this World Cup, guys, we cannot underrate this German team. Now, yes, there are maybe still some consistency issues. Yes, Germany in recent competitions, guys, we know how poor they've been in recent World Cup. Just take a look at the last World Cup. They got knocked out in the group stages and they were absolutely horrible. But in this World Cup, they have now confirmed their place in the knockout stages. And guys, I think Germany could actually make a very, very far run. I think their manager is absolutely fantastic and their players, oh my gosh, they're incredible. But guys, let's talk about it. So obviously I'm recording this video just after Germany beat Ivory Coast 2-1. And in my opinion, this was a very, very impressive result by Germany. And I feel like if some people are underrating Ivory Coast, some people might say that Ivory Coast aren't the best team. Do not listen to those people. Ivory Coast is a absolutely fantastic team, guys. Ivory Coast have not lost in their last 10 matches, and look at some of the recent results. They beat Ecuador 1-0 in the first game of the group. They beat France 2-1. Even before that, guys, we saw them get a 4-0 win against South Korea. We saw them get a 1-0 win against Scotland. They've gotten some incredible results. Other than that 3-2 loss against Egypt in the AFCON, Ivory Coast have been absolutely incredible for the better portion of the last year. And under their manager, Emerson Faye, I think they've been a very, very good team. But Germany have been absolutely fantastic, guys. And we're going to talk about this game. We're also going to talk about the earlier game against Curaçao in the first round of matches. And guys, in my opinion, I think Germany have been a top 5 team so far in this World Cup. If you look at top 5 teams so far, a lot of people may say USA. They may say England. They may say Brazil, Morocco. But I think Germany has to 100% be there because, guys, obviously in the first match today, they beat Curaçao 7-1. And you may not give them a lot of credit for that. But at the end of the day, guys, scoring 7 goals, no matter what game it is a very, very impressive result. Now, I know Curaçao are arguably maybe the worst team in the World Cup. And they did score a goal in the 21st minute, making it 1-1, which was very impressive. But guys, for the rest of the game, Germany were completely dominant. Look at the momentum. Look at the stats. 65% possession, over 4 expected goals, 26 total shots, 12 on target, which, by the way, is a very, very good ratio. That's an almost 50% shot accuracy ratio. When, if we look at some other teams, guys, yesterday we saw Turkey lose against Paraguay, and they had about 15% shot ratio on target. So almost 50% is very, very good. And that's the thing with Germany, is they have players who can change games. They have game changers. They have Virch, they have Musiala, Pavlovic have been very good. In Mecha, by the way, in Mecha, do not sleep on this guy. He was very good against Curaçao, got the goal, the opening goal, and today against Ivory Coast, he was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Their striker Havertz, guys, a lot of people diss him, a lot of people disrespect him, but we know in big games, bro, he can score. He can score. He's done it for Chelsea. He's done it in the quarterfinals. He's done it in the Champions League finals. He's done it with Arsenal. Bro, he's done it with Germany. Kai Havertz, do not underestimate Kai Havertz because he will punish you. He scored 2 goals in that first game against Curaçao. And once again today, I will say Kai Havertz maybe didn't have his best game. Probably could have scored a header. But at the end of the day, guys, this game, the reason why Germany won this game, and this is why I think Germany have a very underrated squad and why they can have a really, really far tournament, is because of their manager, Julian Nagelsmann. Guys, I've always said it. I think Julian Nagelsmann is a fantastic manager. Not only because he has the same name as me. Obviously, my name is Julian. But I think he is a fantastic manager. But in this game, he showed why he's such a good manager. And why was it? Because of his substitutions. Obviously in this game, guys, Ivory Coast slightly rotated their lineup a little bit. And by the way, Emerson Faye, I also think is a very good manager. And Ivory Coast actually opened the score sheet with Kessié in the 30th minute. It wasn't the best defending by Germany. Ball goes across the box. And then it lands on Amad Diallo. He struggles with the ball, gets caught between his feet, gets blocked, and then it lands with Kessié, who pretty much puts it into wide open net. And for the rest of the game, guys, I will say this was a very 50-50 game. Germany slightly better on possession, but both teams having a fair amount of chances. As you can see, 8 total shots in the first half for Germany, 4 for Cote d'Ivoire. In the second half, another 8 for Germany and 5 for Cote d'Ivoire. So both teams had a fair amount of shots. But I will say is that both teams, throughout majority of this game, the final shot, the final pass, the final action just wasn't good enough. And that's why we saw after Ivory Coast get that goal that Germany struggled to score. But like I said, Julian Nagelsmann made substitutions in the 60th minute. He took off Pavlovic, he took off Musiala, and he took off Leroy Sané. Pavlovic and Sané, in my opinion, were probably arguably the two worst players on the pitch. They needed to come off. And who did he replace them with? Maybe some unexpected players, but he replaced them with Ivory, Undav, and Llewellyn. Ivory and Undav were direct contributors to both goals. Incredible. Ivory in the 68th minute had the ball on the wing, puts in a beautiful, incredible cross to Undav, who slots it in the top of the net. 8 minutes after they came on, by the way, a goal for one of the substitutions and the assist for the other substitution. Already you saw that Julian Nagelsmann's substitutions were working. And then as the game went on, guys, Germany, they seemed to gain more momentum. They seemed to want the game more. We saw Nicolas Pepe go on an incredible run in almost the 90th minute, passes it off to Adingra, and Adingra, instead of taking it first time on pretty much a wide open net in the middle of the box, decides to take a touch. The German player gets back and puts in the interception. Adingra, guys, he sold this game, because if Ivory Coast went up in that moment, they would have won this game. But due to his mistake, down the other end, and Mecha with the ball, who once again, I said, this guy, watch out for him, bro. This guy could be a very good midfielder for Germany for the next decade. He puts in a bullet of a pass just to the edge of the box for Deniz Undav. What a pass. Undav had his back facing towards goal. He was holding off a player. What a hard pass that was. And the control from Undav on his outside foot to turn the defender with the one touch control. He turned the defender, spun him, and shot right past the goalkeeper Fofana. Oh my gosh. What a fucking goal. What a goal. Deniz Undav with a double. And this game falls all on Julian Nagelsmann, because his substitutions worked. They were incredible. When he was making substitutions, I heard some people say, bring on Voltemada. I was hearing some people to say bring on Stiller, bring on a different defender. Put on Rudiger. He decided to go with Llewellyn, Undav, and Ivory, and they were direct contributors to both goals. So you got to give credit to Julian Nagelsmann, but you got to give credit to Germany, because we saw them score 7 goals against Curaçao, which was fantastic. But against Ivory Coast, bro, Ivory Coast are a good team. For them to be down and come back when there was a lot against them is absolutely fantastic. And I feel like some people might not give Germany the credit that they deserve from this game. In my opinion, Germany deserve loads and loads of credit. Julian Nagelsmann deserves loads and loads of credit. And I think this German team is really good. Wirtz has been very good in recent games. Musiala has been good. And Mecha, like I mentioned, fantastic. Kimmich, incredible. Slotterbeck did go down with a slight injury. Hopefully it's not too big of a concern. But even this guy, even Nathaniel Brown, bro, he's been incredible for them. Obviously, this game wasn't his best game, but I think he's a very, very good fullback. The overlapping runs that he makes, he's very influential in the attack. He probably could have scored a goal in this game as well. But at the end of the day, guys, I do think this game comes down to two things. First of all, Ivory Coast, they were very good, but their attackers did not take their chances. Diomande, Boni, Amad Diallo, like I already mentioned, Adingra off the bench. They had chances, but they just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. But Germany, overcome adversity. They come back in the game after being down 1-0 to win 2-1 in the last minute. And I predicted a 2-1 draw. I was about to have to spin the wheel and do a forfeit if they didn't get this win. But obviously, guys, I trusted Julian Nagelsmann. I knew he'd make the right substitutions, and that's what impacted this game. And that's what got Germany their second win of the World Cup, taking them into the knockout stage. But guys, that is the end of this video. What an incredible game this was. It was a fantastic watch. And obviously, if you guys were in the live stream, you know when Germany scored that goal, I was going absolutely crazy because I did not want to do a forfeit, but obviously I predicted a 2-1 win for Germany, and that's exactly what happened. But guys, I do think Germany can have a very good tournament. I think they're still slightly inconsistent, but under Nagelsmann, I do think this is a tournament where we could see Germany get at least to the quarterfinals, if not even deeper than that. But we'll have to wait and see. But obviously, if you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed the games today, remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and stay tuned for more videos.